You see the videos, you see the posts. Make thousands a month with this simple side hustle. But as a busy parent, your reality is measured in diaper changes and nap times. You don't have hours of uninterrupted time. You have 15-minute pockets between a scraped knee and a Zoom call, or maybe 30 minutes after the kids are finally asleep before you collapse yourself. Today we're breaking down how you might turn chaotic 20-minute windows into a high-margin asset. I'll walk you through the newsletter math behind a lean engine that, for some, has reached around $500 a month. Just a quick heads up. This is educational content only, not financial advice. Results vary based on effort, skill, market, and timing. Income examples are illustrations, not guarantees. So do your own research as well. Now let's get into it. If you're a parent trying to build extra income, you already know the math doesn't work in your favor. You don't have 8 free hours a day. You have fragmented pockets of time, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, usually after the kids are finally asleep. Most side hustle advice assumes you have a free evening every night. A newsletter doesn't. That's actually the appeal. Newsletters are one of the few online businesses you can build almost entirely in short, disconnected sessions because writing and scheduling don't require you to be on the way live coaching calls or video content do. So let's talk about why a newsletter when there are so many other options. For many parents, hustles like driving for a ride-sharing app, delivering food, freelance writing, or starting an Etsy shop each come with their own hurdles. The problem is that these hustles often require you to trade your time in rigid, uninterrupted blocks directly for money. This is where the aha moment with newsletters happens. An email newsletter is fundamentally different. It's one of the few side hustles that is almost entirely asynchronous and batchable. What does that mean? It means you're not on the clock. You don't have a client breathing down your neck or a student expecting you to be live on camera. You can build your business in the fragmented pockets of time that define a parent's day. You can brainstorm an idea while waiting in the school pickup line. You can write a rough draft in 20 minutes while your baby naps. You can edit after the kids go to bed. You can even write and schedule an entire month's worth of newsletters in one productive afternoon. And if your week descends into chaos, your side hustle keeps running on autopilot. Miss a week, it's not a disaster. This is a crucial distinction. The emotional labor of parenting is already immense, and adding the pressure of immediate client demands is a recipe for burnout. With a newsletter, you're the boss. Plus, you're building an asset that you own. Your email list isn't at the mercy of a social media algorithm that can change overnight. While you still have to think about things like email deliverability, your list is a direct line of communication to your audience that can grow in value over time. The barrier to entry is also low. If you can write an email, you can start a newsletter. Startup costs are minimal. Platforms like Beehiiv and Substack offer free plans that are more than enough to get you started. So, when we look at what tends to fit a parent's schedule, a newsletter often comes out ahead. Does it fit in small time pockets? Yes. Does it require live interaction? Not unless you want it to. Is it a disaster if life gets in the way? No. Are the startup costs low? Yes. It's a side hustle that respects your reality, a business you can build brick by brick, 15 minutes at a time. Now that we know why a newsletter can be a good fit, let's get to the core of it. How do you actually make money? Is $500 a month a realistic number? It can be for some people, but it isn't instant, and it isn't guaranteed. You likely won't make anything meaningful in your first week, and it's common to earn $0 for the first month or two. Reaching something like $500 a month is a reasonable goal for many, and it typically only becomes possible once you've built a small but engaged audience. Often somewhere in the range of 500 to 1,000 subscribers, though this varies a lot by niche and effort. Here's a realistic breakdown of how newsletters generally make money, and which paths tend to move faster for someone with limited hours. Sponsorships, once you have an engaged list, even a small one, brands sometimes pay for space in your inbox, and this usually only becomes viable around a few thousand subscribers. Affiliate links, recommending products or tools you genuinely use, earning a commission per sign-up or sale, and this can start producing some income with a smaller list. Paid subscriptions, charging readers a monthly fee for premium content, which takes longer to build but can compound over time. And your own digital product, a guide, template, or mini course you sell directly, often the fastest potential path to early revenue since you don't need external approval or a huge audience. For a parent working in short time blocks, an approach that tends to work reasonably well is this. Build a small, focused list around one specific parenting problem, recommend a few genuinely useful tools as affiliate links early on, and consider introducing a simple paid product once you have a few hundred engaged subscribers. That combination can be manageable in 15 to 30 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week, though your mileage will vary. A few mistakes consistently derail parents trying this in limited time. Writing for everyone instead of one clear type of reader, which kills engagement and makes sponsors and affiliates uninterested. Trying to grow the list and monetize at the same time from day one instead of focusing first on a small, loyal audience. Treating the newsletter like a journal instead of solving a specific, recurring problem for the reader. Going silent for weeks after a strong start, which is one of the biggest growth killers because inconsistency erodes trust fast. And adding too many monetization methods at once instead of mastering one before layering the next. Here's the part most people skip over. Whether $500 a month is achievable really depends on whether you treat this like a real, repeatable system or a hobby you pick up and drop. Stick around, because next up is how to structure your first 90 days so you're not wasting your limited time figuring out where to even start. Let's look at what a 90-day roadmap could look like, designed for a time-strapped parent. Keep in mind these are example timelines, not guarantees. Your actual pace will depend on your niche, effort, and a bit of luck. Month 1 is about the foundation and your first issue, with an example goal of 100 subscribers. This first month is about getting started. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Your total time commitment might land around 5 to 8 hours for the month, much of which you can batch on a weekend. First, find your micro niche by leveraging what you already know. You don't need to be a world-renowned expert, just one step ahead of your reader. Lean into knowledge you already have as a parent. Instead of parenting, narrow it down, something like budget-friendly family meals for picky eaters, weekend activities for toddlers in your city, mindfulness tips for overwhelmed moms, or navigating attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, parenting hacks. These are topics you're already living. You have opinions, you've found solutions. That's your niche. Next, do a quick platform setup. Don't get bogged down by tech. Pick a platform like Beehiiv or Substack. Both have solid free plans. Sign up, choose a name, and you can have a live landing page collecting emails in under 30 minutes. Then create your very first issue. The goal is a live link you can share. Your first issue could be my top 3 hacks for surviving the grocery store with a toddler. Keep it short, scannable, and valuable. Finally, do a parent hack launch. A reasonable early goal is around 100 subscribers from people who already know and trust you. Personally, message 30 to 50 friends, family, and other parents. Something like, hey, I just started a weekly newsletter with tips on your niche. Thought you might find it useful. No pressure, but here's the link. Month 2 is about growth and consistency, with an example goal of 500 subscribers. Time commitment might drop to roughly 4 to 6 hours for the month. First, establish your content cadence. Consistency matters. Commit to a weekly newsletter and manage it by batching. Set aside an hour or 2 on a Sunday. Brainstorm a few ideas. Write the next 2 newsletters and schedule them. Next comes the growth hustle. Done your way. Pick one platform where your audience already hangs out. For Facebook groups, join a few relevant parenting groups and genuinely engage. When someone asks a question you've covered, share your piece as a helpful resource rather than a plug. For social media, repurpose newsletter content into 3 or 4 posts on Instagram or LinkedIn, a real-time saver. Consider a referral program too. Platforms like Beehiiv have this built in. You might offer a small incentive, like a checklist or guide, for subscribers who refer a few new readers. Month 3 is about exploring monetization, with an example goal of $500 a month. Once you have a few hundred engaged readers, you can start exploring monetization. With 500 plus subscribers, a $500 a month outcome becomes more plausible for some, though it's far from guaranteed. Here are 3 common approaches. The first is affiliate marketing, one of the more accessible starting points. You recommend products you already use and earn a commission on resulting sales. As an illustrative example only, commission rates vary widely. Some digital products offer 20 to 30%, while retailers like Amazon Associates are often in the 1 to 10% range. As one example, if you recommend a $50 product with a $5 commission, roughly 20 sales out of 500 subscribers would generate $100. This is a simplified illustration, not a projection of typical results. The second is sponsorships. Brands sometimes pay a flat fee to advertise in your newsletter. You don't necessarily need tens of thousands of subscribers. A small, engaged niche audience can be attractive. Once you're in the 500 to 1,000 subscriber range, you might pitch small brands with something like, I run a newsletter for 800 parents focused on your niche, with an average open rate of 45%. I'd love to feature your product. Rates vary considerably by niche and audience quality. Some engaged lists command $200 to $500 per issue, but this isn't typical for everyone starting out. The third is paid subscriptions. This involves offering a premium version of your newsletter for a monthly fee, often in the $5 to $10 range, which can create more predictable recurring revenue over time. As an illustrative example only, if you had 1,000 subscribers and 10% converted to a $5 a month plan, that would be $500 a month. A more conservative 2 to 3% conversion is common in practice. These are simplified examples to illustrate the mechanics, not predictions of what any individual will earn. By combining a few of these methods over time, some newsletter creators build multiple income streams, though results vary widely based on niche, consistency, and audience engagement. Now, the roadmap is clear, but the real hurdle is time. When you're running on fumes, even a 1-hour workflow can feel like a lot. This isn't about adding a massive new commitment, it's about being realistic with small blocks of time. Here's what a 1-hour-a-week workflow could look like. On Monday, spend 15 minutes brainstorming while pushing a swing at the park. Jot down one idea in your Notes app. On Wednesday, spend 30 minutes writing a rough first draft. Don't aim for perfection, bullet points and fragments are fine. On Friday, spend 15 minutes editing, cleaning up typos, adding a link, and hitting a schedule. That's roughly 1 hour spread across the week, a workflow, not a guarantee of results. The other tool worth using is content repurposing. Make each idea work harder. The main point becomes a thread on X. A key quote becomes a graphic for Instagram. The main tips become a short video script for TikTok. You're not creating more work. You're breaking down existing work into smaller pieces to extend its reach. So, back to the big question. For a busy, tired parent, is making around $500 a month from an email newsletter realistic? For some people, yes, but with an important asterisk. It's possible, but not immediate. Simple in concept, but not effortless. Flexible, but it still requires consistency. Actual results depend heavily on your niche, effort, and time invested, and there's no guarantee of any specific outcome. This isn't about finding magical hours in your day. It's about leveraging the small pockets of time you do have to build an asset, one you own, and one that could generate income through affiliate sales, sponsorships, or paid subscriptions. Unlike side hustles that demand you trade time for dollars in rigid blocks, a newsletter can be built around your life rather than the other way around. For an hour or two a week, you can build something that offers both a potential financial boost and a creative outlet. It won't be effortless, and there will be weeks when even 15 minutes feels impossible. But for parents looking for something that fits real-life constraints, this model is worth considering as one option among several. If you're still not sure which income stack actually fits your schedule, a newsletter or something else, that's exactly why we built the Income Stack Starter Checklist. It's a free resource to help you choose one realistic income stack, match it to the time you actually have, and map out your first 7 days. The link is in the description below. All links to the tools mentioned are in the description below. Some links may be affiliate links, and we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. This helps our lab keep running. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And if you're looking for more realistic side hustle ideas without the burnout, consider subscribing. Let's build it together.